Affinity Designer version 2 comes with a load of new features to create abstract shapes. This was an arrow. This also was an arrow. And it's another arrow. All created using the arrow tool as well as new features of Designer 2. So let's start. And it doesn't have to be an arrow. The arrow is an example. It could be any shape. Any of these shapes could be used, or shapes you create using the pen tool. So here's the arrow tool. Drag that across and then maybe set the stroke. Just going to create stroke, say 3 or 4. And also you can set the colour. Doesn't have to be red, green, blue. It can be any colour, maybe filled with images. Now once you've done that, set the end. I'm going to go with arrow and arrow here. Also you can modify any of the other settings. But also you can convert it, and that's the key thing, convert to curves. So click there, and now you can see the nodes. These are all the node points around making that, and you can click on one and move it if you wish. But you can also select all of them, and you can go along here, and you've got options here. Action, split curve. And what that does, it adds a point in between the existing points or nodes. So I'm going to click there, and you can see now I've got additional points. I can repeat it. Select again and keep doing that. Now you don't have to select all the points. Maybe select just some of the points. So just select that area. You can see these areas, none of those points are selected. Click here and you can see you've got extra nodes. But what can you do then? Well, you can select here. So select one and just drag that out. Select that one, drag that out. Select that, and you can repeat that to create all kinds of abstract shapes. And this is from an arrow, but it could be a heart, it could be a circle, it could be anything. Combinations, maybe using the shape builder tool. All kinds of different designs can be created. And you can drag these out, maybe select a couple, so 3 or 4. Drag that out. And maybe drag inwards as well. You don't have to drag out. You can also delete if you wish as well. Just use the delete key to remove. And you can see straight away you've got a very abstract arrow design, even just at this point. But what you can also do is you can use the contour tool. Here's the contour tool. Now this was in version 1, contour tool, and you can just drag that out. And you can see as you do that, you can create abstract designs just by shrinking it. But you can also increase. And as you do that, that will change. Also, you've got contour types. So you click here and you can see, now I prefer the rounded one, but you can go for this option or the third option, or maybe fill. So you can set like that. Don't have to, you could go with just that at this point. At any point, if you want to turn it back into a standard shape, you need to bake appearance. So click here or use the knife tool. But I'm just going to bake appearance at this point, and it's here. Just click that. Straight away, again, you can see you've got all the nodes again, which you can then, again, select. Using the node tool, select them all. And again, actions. And you can see you can add even more points, which again, you can then select here, drag this out, and create even more weird and wonderful shapes from that shape. And again, select more than one. Don't have to just select one. I'm just selecting one. And you can see, build that up. Again, go here, and you can do exactly the same as before. Just modify that shape, and you can see as you build up, you can build up all kinds of complex designs. But you can also click here. You've got different types, so you can go with this one. Maybe go with that. Now what you can do, you can use the knife tool. Now the knife tool is a feature of version 2. It's not in version 1, so if you've got version 1, it's not there. So here's the knife tool. Actually, these tools look very similar. It's one of those things, quite often I go there, I mean this one. Here's the knife tool. So click that. That does exactly the same as the bake appearance. It will just freeze it. That's it. The contour's gone. And then you can drag. It needs to be selected. The knife tool works on selected paths. So just drag over those, and now you'll notice as you do that, some areas will cease to be selected. I wish there was a feature to keep them selected. I do not know why they didn't add a select all feature using the knife tool. it would make it so much easier. Just keep selected. I don't want to deselect because now I have to basically go back and select them all again and then repeat it. Again, using the knife tool. And it keeps doing that. So anyway, that's just a feature of the knife tool that slightly is odd. But again, you can select all of them and you can again use the contour feature. So just go there, all selected, contour feature, and just drag out. And you can see as you do that, you can create even more unusual designs. But you don't have to apply it to all of them. You can just select that one, or maybe just one of them. And then do that, change the size for just those. Maybe select that one and that one. Repeat, just change that. Maybe select that one, and maybe that one. And again, resize. But once you've selected it, you'll notice you've also got access to the colour. Now you could fill it with a gradient. You could also change it, maybe go to blue. Or run around like that, set it to that. Or maybe select that one. And again, change that, change the stroke. And you can see you can build up very complex designs using this approach. And it's still an arrow design. Though at this point, it doesn't really look as much as an arrow as it used to be. But what you can also do is you can go over here. You've got brushes. Just apply a brush. Now, deselect or undo. Maybe change that one. Sometimes the brushes, maybe change the brush size because the brush size is a bit big. 48, maybe a bit excessive. Maybe reduce it down. But also you can select this one, say, and this one. And then you can go to the layers panel. So here, layer all selected, go to the effects. So click there, go for 3D. Maybe change the radius and you can see then you get a 3D effect. Maybe go for outer shadow. So select that, click there, and then change the radius and intensity. And again, you get a nice 3D effect, shadow effect. But what you can also do is let's select a different one. Let's select a couple here. You can go here. This is a new feature again of version 2, the warp feature. So click there and you can go down for quad perspective. Let's go for arc. Straight away, you've got this arc, which you can then modify the value. Let's just modify the value there. And you can see as you do that, you change the arc there to modify that shape. Or maybe go for twist. And again, change the twist value. And you can see it distorts those designs. And there you have it. You can create all kinds of abstract arrow shapes, as well as, of course, any other shapes. Maybe use text instead, obviously, of using a shape. You can always use text and modify individual letters as well. That's another option. And again, any point, of course, you'll notice that they're just layers. So you can always go here to the blend modes and you can run through the blend modes. So you don't have to keep them normal. Maybe go with difference. So you can build up all kinds of complex designs that way. So select those and again, go through there, change overlay, exclusion, and so on. Or maybe go up here and change the opacity to make it fade away. And of course, at any point, you can always just use the move tool. Just go over here to the move tool and reposition it. So maybe you might think, you know what, the position is wrong. Position it different ways and so on. Move that down there. And also, got the option, of course, file and edit in photo. You can always then go and apply additional effects, maybe go for layer filters, maybe adjustment layers, and so on. Hope you found this tutorial of interest. Any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Always great to hear from you. Thank you much.